Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to use the box method while you are dividing. So my equation is 320 divided by 8. Okay, so at first I'm going to want to build my box, and it is very important that you make your box very big. You want to give yourself a lot of room to work. You're going to need to work inside the boxes. So make sure you draw a big box. Okay, and notice that I have 1, 2, 3 digits. So I need to divide my box into 1, 2, 3 sections. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now I'm going to break apart this number and put it in my box. My 3 is worth 300. My 2 is worth 20. And my 0 is always worth 0. And now for my 8, I'm just going to drop it back down. So now that I have created my box, I'm going to go ahead and skip count my 8s so that I have all the numbers I might need to finish this problem. Okay, so we're going to start with 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, and 80. So you can't see the rest of my numbers, but I did go all the way across, and I got all the way to 80. You want to make sure you get a whole set of 10 numbers so that you have as many numbers as you might need to complete the problem. Okay, so now we're going to take our 8 and we're going to ask ourselves, can my 8 fit inside 3? No, 3 is too small. So I'm going to need to use the 0 as well. Can 8 fit inside of 30? Yes. So I do not need this 0 right now. I can mark him out. I can ignore him and pretend like he's not there. How many groups of 8 can fit inside of 30? I want to find the number up here that is as close to 30 as possible. Okay, but I can't go over. So although 32 is really close to 30, I can't use it. So I'm going to have to use the 24. And how many groups is that? 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 groups. And I crossed out a 0 that's going to go up here. Now, remember, we said these numbers like to cliff jump, and they meet the 8, and they multiply. Okay? And then after they multiply, the 8 sends them to the right spot. So 3 times 8, we know is 24, and add a 0. So my answer goes there, where my 8 wants to send him. And then you subtract. 0 minus 0. Can I take 4 away from 0? No, so I'm gonna have to borrow. My 3 becomes a 2, and my 0 becomes a 10. So 10, take away 4, would be 6. 2 minus 2 is 0. So now I have this 60 left over. And he really needs a home. He doesn't like to live outside of the box. So he's gonna go next door and join the 20. So 60 wants to join 20, and they're gonna add them together, which is gonna give us 80. So 80 is our new number. We don't need these numbers anymore because they now live together and they are one number as 80. Okay, so we're going to go back to our 8. And we're going to ask ourselves, can 8 fit inside of 8? Yes, it can. So again, I don't need that 0. I can cross him out for now. And how many groups of 8 can fit into 8? Come up here. I look at my numbers. How close can I get to 8 without going over? I have exactly 8 over here, and that is one group. So one group, and I have a 0 that I crossed out. So he goes up here. Now remember, this number likes to jump all the way to 8. We can draw that line if you want to. You don't have to. But he goes all the way to 8, and he multiplies. And the 8, after the multiplication, sends him to his spot where he's supposed to be. So 10 times 8 is going to be 80. And then you subtract. Remember, multiply, then subtract. Multiply, then subtract. So 80, take away 80, would be 0. So luckily, I don't have anything that I need to move to the next box. Because if I did, you can if you want to, but 0 plus 0 is just 0. So it doesn't make any difference. So you can move it if you'd like, but you can also leave it there. How many groups of 8 goes into 0? The answer is always 0. No matter what the number is, if there's a 0 in the box, the answer is always 0. So now we're going to add our answers. So 30 plus 10 plus 0 equals 40. So that is our final answer. If you'd like to check your answer, you can multiply and do 40 times 8, and you're going to hope that you get this number. If you do not get this number, you did it incorrectly. But 8 times 4 is 32. Add a 0. It would be 320. So we did do it correctly. I hope this helps. Feel free to watch this video as many times as you need.